my lovers, welcome back to my channel. Breaking news. What happens when the man you've been shipping for years finally says the words every fan dreams of? When Yulong looks at Yang Mimi and vows, "I'll always be by your side. No matter what happens, the world seems to freeze." Fans didn't just cheer, they cried. Because in that moment, he wasn't acting. Those were words Yulong spoke straight from his heart. It all started with a glance, a simple, almost ordinary moment, but one carrying a weight no script could ever capture. Yulong and Yang Mimi have stood side by side countless times, from press conferences to behind-the-scenes filming. But this time, something was different. In a private interview, Yulong was asked about loyalty, about what it means to protect someone you care about. The room fell silent as he took a breath, his eyes turning to Yang Mimi. With a steady, unwavering voice, he said, "I'll always be by Yang Mimi's side. I'll protect her no matter what happens." The atmosphere shifted instantly. The staff exchanged glances, trying not to react. Yang Mimi herself froze, her trembling smile turning into something raw and emotional. For years, their chemistry has been legendary. Fans call them the Wanlu miracle, two souls destined to be connected through one drama after another. There have always been rumors, always a belief that something deeper lay beneath the surface. But never has Yulong been so candid. Never has he shed the polished actor persona to let his heart speak so openly. On social media, fans erupted on Weibo. It trended immediately. Yulong protects Yang Mimi and Wanlu forever. Comments flooded in. "He's not just saying it, he means it." Others wrote, "We always knew, but now it feels real." And Yang Mimi's reaction made that moment unforgettable. Her gaze softened, her lips parted as if to respond, but she held back. Instead, she lowered her face, smiling through tears welling up. It was the look of someone who'd just heard the most sincere confession, not as Yang Mimi the actress, but as Yang Mimi the woman. For fans who followed them since their first project, this was the culmination of years of subtle hints, secret smiles, and whispered moments. Because when Yulong spoke those words, he wasn't talking about a character, a scene, or a script.
He was talking about her.
The power of Yulong's words lies in the story behind them. To understand the weight of his promise, you have to look back at everything that brought him and Yang Mimi to this moment. From the start, their relationship has been filled with a special tenderness. On set, Yulong always went out of his way to make sure Yang Mimi was comfortable, bringing her water, adjusting her chair, shielding her from harsh lights. These small gestures, unnoticed by casual viewers, were magnified by devoted fans who analyzed every frame of their interactions. At a fan meeting last year, when Yang Mimi stumbled slightly on stage, Yulong didn't hesitate. He reached out, steadying her with both hands and whispering something that made her laugh despite her embarrassment. That clip alone racked up millions of views. Fans swooned over how instinctively he protected her without a second thought. And let's not forget the interviews. Whenever a reporter mentioned Yang Mimi's name, Yulong's entire demeanor changed. His voice softened, his smile turned almost shy. He praised her professionalism, her warmth, her sense of humor, but there was always something unspoken lingering between the lines. So when he finally said, "I'll always be by her side," fans knew it wasn't a sudden declaration. It was a truth he'd been carrying all along. Social media exploded with emotional reactions. International fans on TikTok flooded the comments with crying emojis and declarations like, "He's not even hiding it anymore." Korean entertainment blogs picked up the story, calling it one of the most genuine celebrity moments of the year. But perhaps the most touching response came from the fandom itself. Wanlu fans began sharing edits, stitching together clips of Yulong's protective gestures, Yang Mimi's smiles, and the moment he made that promise. Watching them together feels like witnessing a love story unfold in real time, not one written by a screenwriter, but by fate. The question remains, is Yulong letting his guard down, or is this the confession fans have been waiting for? The more you reflect on his words, the deeper they resonate. "I'll protect you no matter what happens" isn't something said lightly in an industry where every word is scrutinized, every smile rehearsed. For Yulong, who's always balanced his rising career with the weight of public scrutiny, a promise like that feels almost rebellious. It's as if he's drawing a line, telling the world, "Yang Mimi matters to me more than the flashing cameras and gossip columns." And Yang Mimi's silence in that moment was just as powerful. She didn't brush it off with a witty joke or deflect with humor. Instead, she absorbed it. Her eyes lit up with an emotion too fragile to hide. To fans, that silence spoke louder than words. It was acceptance. Their story mirrors the very dramas they star in, the tension, the longing, the subtle moments where reality blurs into fiction. With Yulong and Yang Mimi, you're never quite sure where the acting ends and the truth begins. Imagine being Yang Mimi in that moment, having someone look into your eyes in front of the world and promise to protect you. It's the kind of declaration every fanfic dreams of. Except this isn't fiction. It's real. And for fans, it's overwhelming. Some cried, saying they'd never seen such raw sincerity from celebrity. Others admitted to watching the clip dozens of times, searching for every micro-expression, every spark of emotion confirming what their hearts believed. In a world where idols and actors are often forced to hide their true feelings, Yulong's promise broke through that barrier. It was vulnerable. It was human. And that's why it left such a mark, not just on Yang Mimi, but on everyone who witnessed it. This isn't just about Yulong and Yang Mimi as celebrities. It's about two people whose connection transcends the spotlight, whose every gesture and glance tells a story of loyalty and care. The bigger picture. This moment between Yulong and Yang Mimi isn't just a fleeting headline. It's a testament to the power of genuine human connection in an industry often criticized for its superficiality. Their bond, built over years of shared projects and quiet support, resonates with fans because it feels authentic in a world of curated images. It's a reminder that even in the glare of fame, moments of vulnerability can shine through, capturing hearts worldwide. Whether it's a stolen glance on set or a heartfelt bow in an interview, Yulong and Yang Mimi have shown that some stories don't need a script to feel epic. Their journey reflects the universal longing for loyalty and love, making them more than just stars. They're a symbol of something real. As the dust settles on this viral moment, one thing is clear. Yulong and Yang Mimi have given fans more than just a scene to replay. They've given us a glimpse into a bond that feels timeless, one that transcends the roles they play on screen. Whether this is the start of a new chapter or simply a peek in their storied partnership, the Wanlu miracle continues to captivate. So, drama lovers, what do you think? Is this the love story we've all been rooting for, or a beautiful moment destined to live in fandom lore? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the Wanlu flame burning. Until next time. Stay tuned for more updates on your favorite stars.